Hello grade ones. This is your first maths lesson of the week. There are going to be 2 videos this week because I have so much to explain to you. So this lesson is all the explaining things and the next one is mostly going to be our memory work. Okay, I know that lockdown is going on and on and on and now we're in week 8 and I know that it's getting quite hard for you, but hang in there, we're almost there. I'm sure we're about halfway through and we're going to be back in class any day now. And anyway, there are some good things about lockdown, hey? Like you can watch your lessons, go to school in your pajamas. That's cool. I bet some of you out there are in your pajamas. I'm in mine. Did you know? Shh, sometimes I teach in my pajamas. No one knows. Don't you believe me? Okay, I'll show you. Look here. Can do this. Look. Can you see? I'm wearing my pajama pants. There we go. See, it's proof. We can wear our pajamas to school in lockdown. So there you go. It's not all bad. Okay, let's get going with maths. Enough chitter chatter. Okay, first we're going to do some counting. It's always good to start off with some counting to warm our brains up with that. Okay, clickety click. There we go. Let's count in 2s all the way to 30. Are you ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. Well done. Okay, let's have a look at this number line. The number line always starts on 0 and then we make jumps like that to do our counting on it. It's very useful for plussing and minusing, all those kinds of things. I want you to find number 5 with your eyes. Can you see it? Let's jump there. Start at 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Can you tell me what number comes before 5? 4. Good. What number comes after 5? 6. Well done. Okay, we're going to be talking about some shapes today. Actually 3D shapes, but I thought we should first go back and just revise our 2D shapes. 2D just means basically flat. Hey, these are flat shapes. You can't really look behind them or turn them around. They are just flat. And can you tell me what do we call that purple shape over there? Good, a circle. What do we call the red one? A square. And the blue one? Rectangle. Good, I almost gave it away and said the rectangle one. And the last one, that green one, it's got 3 sides, 3 corners. What do we call it? A triangle. Okay, great. Now, here is a 3D shape. Can you pretend for me that you can hold it in your hands like a soccer ball? And what do we call this shape? In grade R, you might have called it a ball shape. But we're going to learn the grade 1 word, which is sphere. We call this a sphere shape. This is if you pretended you had a tennis ball in your hands or a rugby ball, not a rugby ball, a soccer ball, a tennis ball, something like that in your hands. That is actually called a sphere. You can call it a ball shape, but actually the correct word is sphere. And you know why it sounds so funny? Because in reading, if you have a p and a h next to each other, it makes a f sound. So let's put a f there for a second. That's going to help us. Sphere, sphere. If you can't say it, you can say the name Sophia, and that always helps. Okay, so there you go. We've got a Sophia shape. Just kidding, a sphere shape. And here's another one. There's some examples. So we've got bubbles are in a sphere shape. How about marbles? Do you like to play with marbles? Here's a soccer ball and there's a bouncy ball. A sphere shaped bouncy ball. Do you get it? Now what would happen if we put a sphere on a hill? What do you think will happen to that shape? Do you think it will slide down or roll down? Let's try. A sphere will roll down the hill, of course. Very good, it will roll. Well done. Okay, let's look at our next shape for the day. You might have in grade R called this a box shape. And that's right, it is a box shape. Hey, if you have a box, that's exactly the shape. a cereal box or a moving box. But in grade 1, we must try and use the right word, which is prism. Can you say that? Prism. So this is a prism shape. If you think of your cereal box, that's a prism. Okay, here's some examples. A dice is in the shape of a prism. A Rubik's Cube, this present is in the shape of a prism. These blocks, these are actually a special type of prism called a cube, but we won't learn all about that today. I just thought I'll mention it because I know some of you are smarty pants. There we go, we've got our prism shape. And if we put that prism shape on a hill, what do you think will happen to it? Is it going to roll down the hill like the sphere, or do you think it might slide? Which one? I suppose it depends how steep it is. Let's see. Whoa, there it goes. A prism slides because it has a flat side. So there we go. We've learned about spheres and prisms, and you will see them this week in your workbook. Next thing we need to talk about is a special story, and today we're going to use the number 5 for this special story. There's the number symbol, 5, and the number name. Can you read it? Right, 5. Good. Well, I want to tell you a story about this hotel. This is called the Number 5 Hotel, and the manager only wants 5 guests on each floor. There's only enough hot water for 5 people to stay on each floor. That's why it's called Hotel Number 5. Now, the receptionist has booked 1 person in on the top floor already. So how many can she book in to the other room on the floor? There are 2 bedrooms. The one has 1 person in. How many on the other side? Remember, you can only have 5 people on one floor or you're going to run out of hot water. No one feels like running out of hot water on a holiday. Hey, so we've got only 5 on a floor and she's already booked in 1 person. So how many can she put in the other bedroom? 4, that's right. 4. Now, on the next floor, she's already booked in 2 guests in the other bedroom. So how many can she put in the one next door, on that floor? So there only can be 5 on a floor, and she's already booked in 2. That's it. 3. Because 3 and 2 make 5. Just like 1 and 4 make 5. Next, the receptionist has booked 3 people in on that middle floor already. How many more can she put in on the other room? She's got 3 in, and she may only have 5. So she can have 2 more. Good job. 2 and 3 makes 5. Next, we've got 4 on the second floor over here. 4. And how many can she book on the other side? She may only have 5 on the floor, so she can only book 1 more. Good. And finally, there on the ground floor, there's a family of 5 that's booked that 1 bedroom. So how many can go in the bedroom next door? Well, you may only have 5 and she's already booked 5. So, 0. That's fine. No guests in that room. It's going to stand empty because the other bedroom's using all their hot water. And do you know what we call this, grade 1s? We call this bonds of 5. That means all the partners you put together to make up 5. And this is where you get those tricky old sums that look like this. We call them empty box sums. 1 plus what equals 5? Well, you look at the answer, 5, and that is the hotel that you're dealing with. So we've got 1 plus 4 equals 5. Do you see that? 1 person in that room, 4 in that room, and that will give me 5. And this works for all different numbers. You can do bonds of 6 this way. You just picture that each floor may only have 6. Then you look and you say, okay, it's got that many in that room, so the other room's got to be the balance. Okay, easy peasy. So here we go. We've got 2 plus what equals 5. Let's go and look at our bond house. 2 plus, its pair is 3 equals 5. Good, next level. Middle floor. 3 plus what will give me 5? Have a look. Good. 3 plus 2 equals 5. Next floor. 4 plus 1 equals 5. And finally, what plus 5 equals 5? Let's look at the bottom floor. naught. Naught plus 5 equals 5. Well done. So that's called bonds of 5. And whenever you see these sneaky little empty box sums and you think, teacher, how's anyone meant to know? Then you go and picture one of these hotels. You put the number at the end at the top in the roof, and then you just work it out in those bedrooms. Okay. Finally, I want to teach you something called tens and ones. I think you know this already. You just didn't know it was called this. Okay, so we've got tens and ones. Tens mean we put blocks up on top of each other until we get 10, and then they stick together. Whenever I talk about 10, I'm not going to rebuild that tower. I've now got it, a tower of 10. Have a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A tower of 10. Now they stick together. I'm not going to rebuild that tower. Every time you tell me, can I have a tower of 10? I'm just going to pass you my red tower because I know it's got 10 blocks in. Okay? Ones means all the blocks that are less than 10. So maybe 1. That's ones. It's counting in only ones, one block. We haven't stuck them together. 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. So when we talk about tens, we talk about a group of 10. When we talk about ones, we talk about all the other little blocks that haven't made 10 yet. As soon as it reaches the top and makes 10, then we pass that over into the tens. Okay, so you're going to see something like this in your workbook this week. It says 12 is equal to how many tens and how many ones. If I say to you, can you please use these blocks and build me a number 12, then this is what you'll do. There's your 10 block. See, I didn't build it. I just know. There we go. There's my group of 10. And how many more little ones do I need to make 12? I've got 10, 11, 12. There we go. That's all it means. So how many tens? How many towers of 10 did I have? There we go. 10 plus 2. 2 ones. Okay, another way of thinking about it is to take these cards called expanding cards, and I don't think I've had a chance to show you about them yet. We would have done them this term. It's very simple. You just build the number, and then if you separate it, it's very easy to see. A 10 and a 2. Now, you might ask, what is all of this for? It doesn't seem like necessary to break up numbers in this way. Well, I'm checking, and when you look at this number 12, are you seeing a 1 plus 2? Or do you know that this 1 is actually a sneaky 10? That's all we are checking. So when I say to you, right, grade 1s, please break up the 12. I'm watching to see if you say it's a 1 plus 2. Or if you say it's a 10 plus 2, and then you'll be right. Okay, let's practice again. Here's 15. Grade 1s, please break up 15 into 10s and 1s. I want to see. Are you going to tell me that 15 is 1 plus 5? Or what is that 1 actually? Let's see. 15 is equal to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. So the 10s, 10, and in the 1s, 5 little ones. And we could separate the number like this. 10 and a 5. Okay, well done. Let's keep going. 16 is equal to 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Break it up, a 10 and a 6. A 10 and a 6. Don't write a 1 and a 6. It's not a 1 here. It's a 10, and that's all I'm checking that you know. But I know you're smarty pants. Okay, have a look. Do you think those are 2 1s over there? How do we make 11? We say 10 add 1. That makes 11, not 1 plus 1. That would make 2. So here we go. 11 is equal to 10 plus 2. 10 plus 1. You see, I'm getting it wrong. That's why we have to do it this way to make sure. 11 is equal to 10 plus 1. Thank you for helping me. 10 plus 1. Okay, easy peasy. Keep your thinking cap on, and I know you're going to do brilliant work this week in your workbooks. I can't wait till I get to see them. Have a lovely week, grade ones.